What's going on, people? Hope you're all doing well out there. My name is Aaron and welcome to UX Crypto. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not actually going to go into a specific coin. I'm going to give you general market analysis and, where is this market going? Are we going to have an absolute crazy dump? Is it time to sell all your bags or is it just getting started, right? So hopefully by the end of this video, we can answer that question. And obviously I can go through your comments, see what you guys think as well. But yeah, it's going to be a bit more of a TA day today, all right? So hopefully I can show you some stuff that I am looking at. And yeah, but if I do that for you guys, then do this for me. Like my video right now. And just get this video seen to more people and hopefully show them some cool stuff. And let me know what you guys are thinking as well. And subscribe if you are new, okay? So with no further ado, let's just get straight in and go straight in, okay? So the first thing I'm actually going to look at today is going to be the short-term analysis, right? So this is a 3-day chart, okay? We could actually go like more granular, but I'm going to go a bit more in. So I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but I've shown this a couple of times. But it's more about having a look at support and resistance, right? So this is when we was in the beginning of 2023, so January, right? And we got obviously this support. Then we got also supported again in March 2023. Then we also got supported again in June 2023. Then we broke support and you saw what happened after that, right? As soon as we dropped straight after. And then that became resistance. And then we broke it and got above. And then now we are here, okay? So this is what we're starting to see. So we're actually a little bit below now. But as you've seen the back here, that's happened before many a time as well. So I don't think it's nothing necessary to worry about at this current moment. But, we've seen a massive dump when we have closed before, so you never know, it could dump, right? So that's like the short-term little view of that, but I've got way more for you, don't worry about that, okay? So this is another chart I have been looking at and creating and throughout the years, and lots to look at in this one, right? So I'll try and break this down. So this is actually my Christmas strategy. So I've noted all of the years, so you could use this as Christmas, but obviously there's only 5 days from Christmas from the year, so obviously you can see all the different Christmases right here, and I've put them all down. And from this, we can actually see like a different win rate from each one, right? So for example, let's go all the way back. Okay, so we'll go back to the beginning of the first cycle. So it was 2 wins was when we started, then 1 loss, right? And then after that, it became a cycle of 3 wins, 1 loss, right? So this is, when I got into crypto, it was around about here. Okay, it's like 2016-ish. And then, basically experienced the 2 wins of that, right? And then we got the bear market, which was 1 loss. And then we got the 3 wins, right? And then we had our 1 loss, okay? And then if you was paying attention back when I started this channel around here, obviously that's when I started channel and started getting back into crypto. And what do you think is going to happen next, right? We got 2 wins here and we got a little traction thing going on. So is this going to be another year of win? Okay, and then after again, we'll have another year of win. It's in the history, so it could happen. And obviously, so far, I've managed to time this whole year of gains. So you might ask myself, is it time to kind of sell? And that is where we go a bit more granular now, right? So I'm going to try and zoom in for you guys, okay? So this current dump we had, all right? Oh God, it's so hard to do this while I'm live. But okay, so this current dump we had, it was a 14% dump. You can see that here, okay? So 14%, that's the current dump, right? So that is January, mid-January, right? So if I'm looking down here at my thing right there, it's mid-Jan, all right? So that right there where we are, right? So 15th of Jan, we're at 18th today around. So we'll say mid-Jan if anyone else is watching another time period. So what we want to do is go way back and have a look at the time period. Okay, so we had a loss, they had a win, and now this is this year, this year right here. So this was the 2020 to 2021 January, right? So if I zoom into that, you can see I've mapped that already. And we had 11% loss in exactly the same time, right? So we had a down period, and then it actually went up. Okay, then we had the COVID crash, and then obviously we actually topped the year out by having a gain, right? And the gain was actually 266%. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Right. So is that an indicator to sell? Probably not, right? But it's more of a fake out, and we might see gains. But obviously, we had the COVID crash, which was obviously something to consider. Anyway, that was that. Okay, so this year again now. So we're going to go way back now to 2016 to 2017 year, and obviously this is the second win year, and we can see the loss there. So same time period as well. January took a dump. Okay. You can see that down the bottom there. So look, January, 18th of January. Okay, so had a dump at the exact same time. All right, so it's funny, isn't it, how these things play out? But yeah, that dump was 26%. Okay, so sensing a little theme here, quite interesting, right? And then after we actually closed the year out on a pro, so 62% up. But actually, we went further up actually in that. But I'm just doing it from the close of the year. So yeah, you wouldn't say maybe this is a good time to get out of everything. But so just to summarize that real quick for you. So here you go. All right, we had January 2016 dump 26%. Then we had dump 2020 11%. Okay, and then this year, at this month, this current moment, 14%. So you could say that's a kind of an average of what we're to expect. And they all actually ended on a win. Okay, so yeah, interesting stuff, right? They all ended on a win. So maybe it's not time to sell the bags, right? And yeah, that also brings down to what about a good strategy, for example, with crypto. All right. So for example, if you was to DCA, right, and not sell all your bags right now, because selling all your bags right now, for example, would be trying to time the market, right? Obviously, it's very hard to do that. For example, your scenarios right now are if you sell, you can buy back in when it dumps to, let's say, 32K, something like that, right? Or 35K. So that's you trying to obviously get a bit more of gains out of your money. Or because we have the ETF and obviously this whole BlackRock thing, we could just keep going, right? And as you've seen from that actual track history, actually, I'll talk about this in a second. I'll go back to the track history. We actually closed out every year on a high, all right? And we actually gained every single year on the second year, right? So, did see some massive gains. So I also predict, I'm going to go out on a whim and say that I think we're going to end this year on a high again, right? Maybe we break all times highs, maybe we don't. But I think, this is kind of looking at the short-term time frames if you're going to get worried and be like, oh, maybe it goes down here. So this is my resistance lines, by the way, these white lines, if you don't know what they are, just to explain to you. And I'll show you what that actually shows. So for example, let's say in the mid-year, let's say April, sorry, this is May, right? 2024, that is hitting around about 32K, right? You can't really see it. But yeah, and then also if we was around here and we was to hit this line, that would be 37K. Okay, so on average, you could go down to that, right? But seeing as we're at a price of 44,000 around about right now, then is that really terrible? It's a little bit of a dump. It's not that bad, right? If you've been in crypto for a long time, it's really nothing to worry about. So anyway, another thing to consider with Bitcoin and why you shouldn't just sell all your bags right now. When I say bags, I'm talking about Bitcoin right now. We'll get into altcoins in a second, okay? I will show you that and analyze that for you. So this is something called DCA Crypto, right? It's a website to kind of show you what you could do if you was to DCA. And I've done it from the beginning of the year. So for example, if you was to have done it from last year, the 1st of December, this is, right? And then the 1st of December. So this is when the market was pretty damn crap. So just to quickly show you, it is here, okay? That is where I'm talking about, right there. So what would you do? Okay, this is if you DCA'd. As in, so if you put in $1,000 each month, so you're talking about 12,000 invested, right? Dollars, then you'd still be up a lot, right? Pretty good gains, 42% gains, all right. But obviously, if you didn't DCA, you just bought and you put 12K into that moment right there, then you would be up quite a lot actually. Oh, where are we gone? Yeah, you would actually be up 171%. Okay, so pretty damn good as well. So if you had 12K, you'd have about $36,000, right? If you was to have bought on that date. But yeah, this is just showing you how DCAing is also not a bad strategy as well. You still can get pretty good gains. So yeah, still in profit, right? But obviously doing it in one lump sum, you would have been a bit nicer off, right? But either way, we're trying to get gains, right? So that's the whole message I'm trying to show you guys. But yeah, so other things to analyze inside of this, right, is those dates I just showed you. Okay, so January, okay, so January 2024, okay, and January 2020. So we're talking about the January after the year of a win. Okay, so the first win after the bear market, what happens? All right, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so it's down to look at some altcoin charts, right? So if we were going to look at what happened, this is Cardano. I'm just using it as a study. Okay, so we were in ADA, for example, and 2020, and we're going to January, right? So look, this is mid-January 2020. Okay, so this is what was happening with ADA back then. God, it's going all over the place. One sec. Ah. All right, cool. So January 2020. All right. Is it going to come up? Okay, so cool. So you might have been like, okay, should I sell my altcoins because of Bitcoin going down, right? And you saw a dump then, do you remember? Okay, so maybe we saw this dump from that a little bit later. That was the COVID crash, actually, right? So you did see a dump, right? But this is kind of what happened on between that. Alts actually had a little bit of a rally, right? So that's quite interesting, isn't it? But after that, the reason I would say it's not over at all, right, is because of what happened after. And that's what happened after, right? So, for example, we go back again. The price on here was 3 cents, right? So you basically were getting in them really, really low on Cardano back then at 3 cents, all right? And then obviously we went to $3, okay? So you 100x'd, so which is absolutely crazy, right? So my point being is if you are scared right now because the market is dropping, don't be, okay? Because there's a way more that awaits us. And yeah, that was just Cardano, and that's a coin from the previous cycles. So obviously lots of people would have said that, oh, you know, Cardano was a dead coin because it had a cycle before, right? And this is why I'm saying to you, I don't necessarily agree with all those people, okay? But you know, got 100x out of that type of coin. So that's what I'm trying to say. So other things, all right, is you have to ask the question, is it too late? And I believe that it's not. Okay, so we have only just started, in my opinion. We have only just started, and I'm saying that to you because of what I just showed you with Cardano right there. And also, the hunt still on? The hunt is still on, in my opinion. Right, definitely is. Okay, so I'll tell you why. We still might not have found the ultimate altcoins that we're trying to find. Right, so I'll give you some examples of that. So these dates right here. Right, so January 20, we're going to use that as our date, right? And obviously that was when we had the big dump, but COVID crash happened after. But you know, what was the going on in the market right around then and after? Okay, so we're going to use Gala as an example. Okay, so Gala, if we go back all the way back, okay, so Gala actually came out around about what, September 20th. Okay, so not even close to where all this stuff happened. Gala came out after. Okay, so my point being is, if you was to have got into Gala and then obviously been on the hunt, then obviously you could have seen the crazy gains, right? So another thing to note as well was a lot of people say that, oh, these charts, they're scams when, for example, you see this, right? They say, oh, you know, people, all the insiders told, right? It's a scam, right? That's what a lot of people say, right? But then, you know, that happened, okay? And this is basically what you see majority of the time. If I could go to any coin right now, let me actually quickly show you. We'll go to what's a good example to show you real quick. We'll go PZP, right? PZP coin. This will be a good example to show you like what I'm looking at and overall, right? So if you was to go on all right now, right, you see the same thing. Okay, so you're going to see a dump like that. Okay, and then if you was to move up a bit, then you see a pump, right? And then we're starting to get growth. And that is kind of my point. So for example, going back to Gala, it's the same thing. It is the same thing, right? So are you seeing how these things develop and grow? And obviously later on, went crazy. But let's just say you bought this at 0.0003, all right, and then you actually got it to an absolutely insane price of around 71 cents. Okay, so absolute crazy gains. And yes, if you think about it, right, this is what we're trying to experience. We are trying to experience absolute craziness of what can happen in a bull market. So we're talking about where we are in the cycle with altcoins. We're down here, right? We are in the depths of the realms right here. And obviously, this came out later after that date I was telling you. So it's proven to me and showing to me the hunt is still on. Okay. We still need to find the best altcoins. And that's showing you that's what 6 months from now, if we was in the last cycle. So, interesting stuff. Same with Polygon, right? So this is Polygon chart. And we can see if I click on this, we're going to go back. Okay, we're going to go back to what was the date again? It was 1 second. It was January, right? So January 2020. Okay, so there you go. This is where we were with Polygon. Okay, and we were at 1 cent or 14 cents, or not even that. No, it was 1 cent. Okay, so you can see that there. And then obviously that actually came out a bit before that date. And then obviously we saw that, okay, absolute craziness right there, okay. And then we went from 1 cent to $2.70. So that is insane, right? Absolutely insane. So that's my point, okay. Don't worry, don't sell your bags, okay. Like it's still accumulation, and we need to be looking at the markets, how they work. And you can see that, this period right here, this is where we are. We are around this area. And obviously, you're going to see loads of hype. You're going to see loads of dips. You're going to see all of that craziness, right? But the true value of holding altcoins is going to come in there, right? That is when we really need to experience all this stuff. That's why you need to hodl your bags. That's why you need to DCA into good projects. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully, I've shown you some good information there, which helps you along your journey. Okay. But that also begs the question of, what type of narratives could we be looking at? So, for example, this is stuff from my cheat sheet in our Patreon. So all my patrons know about this stuff, but I'm just showing you. So for example, there's loads of different narratives here that you could be looking at. What narratives are going to be popular? And obviously we have seen gaming do quite well as of recent times, AI, and yeah, quite a lot of other ones. Last cycle, we obviously had metaverse, might take a resurgence again. We've got ETH killers last cycle, which I think also is going to be another narrative, because if they don't solve their issues with scaling and all the fees and all that, that's going to be back in. And then Bitcoin killer, you can even say we've got Casper on the horizon. So lots of different ones. Real world assets seems to be getting a lot more popular as well. And there's lots of other ones as well, which I actually have been adding. I've actually got a new one as well inside of my cheat sheet. And yeah, talking about the cheat sheet actually. So some really cool updates to let you guys know about. So I actually did this yesterday, posted this out. So we've got a top 20 inside of here now, right? So it's a lot easier to actually identify them. So I've actually reviewed, since I've started the channel, 130 different coins in massive deep dives. So you can read this here. So now there's a new category called top 20 new coins. So when I say new, I mean these have not been through a bull market before. Okay. So some people, obviously not everyone, right, believe that if a coin has gone through a cycle, it's a scam, or they believe that it won't get the same gains. That is up to them if they want to believe that, right? But if you are one of them people, then obviously this is going to be very good for you, because I've filtered it to the top 20 out of all these coins, right? And in all different narratives. So you could literally try and get a good portfolio from that if you wanted to look at those. And these are altcoins, which obviously are potentially quite low value, right? And also, yes, I have done ones without that. So if you are a person who doesn't believe that, and you're basically a person that says, regardless if they have been through a bull run or not, I've also listed the top 20 inside of that as well, right? So this is also coins from the other cycle. And yeah, and in terms of narratives, I've added a new narrative, and that is BTC scaling, okay? So now there's a couple of different coins in there, and I've got a lot more that I'm going to be reviewing. We're going to fall into that category. And I believe that BTC scaling, which is Bitcoin scaling, is going to be a whole narrative in itself, because BlackRock are here now, okay, and they're going to need to scale Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to be more and more a commodity, and obviously with the fees going crazy and all this other stuff, they are going to need to scale Bitcoin, right? So I would say there's going to be a lot of solutions what need to be looked at, okay? So yeah, if you want that and obviously the cheat sheet, then you should definitely join the Patreon. And yeah, obviously business class tier, there's 9 places left. And you'll get the cheat sheet and all that. There's a whole bunch of other stuff I did not just show. I've got buy signals I put out, you can track my portfolio, a great Discord group that everyone is in as well. Yeah, so great community, you can be part of that. But yeah, lots of cool stuff inside of that. All right. But yeah, in terms of narrative, what are you guys thinking? Let me have a little look at some of your comments real quick. And just everything, man. All right. So we got let's go. Okay, Crypto Shane, nice man, nice one. What's up, brother? What's up? Hope you're doing good out there. So you've got everyone was talking, talking the Bitcoin ETF was going to start the bull market. You're right, man. Exactly. And the thing is, right, great point, because every time that I've always heard a Bitcoin ETF come, it's basically the top, right? I don't think it's necessarily the top of the market. I think that 2025 is going to be where the real top is going to be. But I think a local top potentially could be in. But at the same time, I don't feel to sell my bags. I'm not really one of the people. I'm a long-term investor, so this is not financial advice, by the way. But I'm looking for the absolute bottoms in a year, and I'm willing to hold for the next 4 years, or not right now, but when I bought a bottom, right? And that's kind of the way I look at it. And I just DCA and keep DCAing to good projects. Obviously, you're trying to get into good projects. Then you got to join the cheat sheet. You've got to get that. Like, it's all data driven. So I try to be subjective. I'm actually a UX designer. I've got 12 years experience, and I do a lot of research. I've been doing this for a long time. So, I'm good at researching. But yeah, I'm trying to be subjective. One thing with UX, you have to be subjective. So, that's part of the job, right? So trying to just review things without putting my own opinion in it, which is quite hard, all right? But yeah, I've become quite good at it. And yeah, that's why you should check them out and all the scores for it, all right? But yes, anyway, I'm digressing from your comment, all right? So yeah, ETF, that's what people have said about it. But yeah. So yeah, he said, Habibi, what's your price prediction for GFAL? Oh yeah, I could actually tell you that. Give me a second. So price projection might be difficult, but I can tell you how much X is that I'm kind of looking at for it. I'm not going to share my screen because I'm going to give it all away, but I'm going to try and go back up, because obviously I got into GFAL at like very low prices. I got in at just under 5 million market cap. So obviously I'm up quite a lot on that already. And yeah, obviously, if you was around back then watching these videos, you probably would have done quite well as well. So I have got this right. So if you was to benchmark against Axie Infinity, okay, Axie Infinity is obviously in the last cycle, and it actually went to, well, at this current moment, it's got a 1 billion market cap. And if you was to get to a 1 billion market cap for GFAL, you could potentially 19x, right? But if you was to go to the all-time high, right, and that would be 10 billion, then you could 180x. Okay, so GFAL's got a lot of room to go, but dilution is the only problem right now with GFAL. I think that's the thing you need to be concerned about. Like, if I actually show you quickly, I'll try and get some information up for you. Okay, so let me show you token dilution. Okay, for GFAL, because at the moment it's going through a bit of a situation. All right, so I'll quickly see if you can get this on here. All right, show you the vesting schedule, or I might not show it. Actually, was it there? One sec. I've not used this site before, but maybe we'll show it. It's not showing it, man. But basically, this month is like the most amount of tokens what's coming out for it, and then I think the next month after that is going to be quite a lot of unlocks, and then after that is pretty much okay, right? So you've just got to be aware of like dilution of the price. So you might see GFAL dump a bit, but yeah, something to be aware of, okay? And yeah, I'm trying to find a good site that I do it on. Usually, nah, it's not letting me do it. But yeah, let me unshare my screen and I'll get it up for you after. Okay. But quickly, what's going on here? So yeah, Cardano buys you a cheese sandwich, but GFAL buys you a spaghetti. Nice comment, man. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like I don't think Cardano is going to 100x again. I don't think so. I think it will potentially do something like a 16x, 15x, something like that. But the thing is, with those, like they're more like with Cardano, it's got history. It's more likely to get that type of adoption. Obviously, they're trying to target governments. They're doing partnerships. They've got big money behind them, right? So they could potentially make those gains happen a lot easier. Although I do think GFAL could do it as well, right? So yeah, but then for example, when we go into like low caps, for example, like the 1 million market cap ones, obviously they're a lot riskier. There's no guarantee that they're going to do 100x's and all this other stuff. So yeah, let me quickly try and do what I was trying to do to show you GFAL. Okay, like let's have a look. 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to find it. All right. Okay, because this would be interesting for everyone to see, I hope. Yeah, okay. So here you go. I am trying to show you now. Okay, perfect. All right. So this is the vesting schedule. Okay. And then this is all the unlocks, what's going to happen. And you can see now, obviously, this is where we are. And we've got a lot more to go. And this is where coming up now, right? There's going to be a lot more coming. All right. So you can see as well on the dates, this is where you're going to see a lot more unlocks. So you can see that, yes, big unlock, 7 million, 9 million. All right. And then back to 7. And then after look, 2 million. So this you could say this quarter is going to be a bit of a dumpy season, I think, probably for GFAL. Maybe not. It might be level pegging, but obviously a lot more come out. And then after that, we will be a bit more plain sailing. Okay. So, yeah, just something to know with GFAL. But yeah, I think GFAL is obviously great anyway. Okay. So, yeah, can we see a 20x? Yeah, man. I think so. I think, just remember what I showed you a minute ago. The cycle where we are, we're just chilling right now. Okay. So yeah, we've got a lot more to go for gains, and the next under 2 years now, right, you will see a lot more gains that come in. Okay. So you got taking dilution into consideration. Yeah, I mean, taking dilution in consideration, you could see a 20x, as in you might see more as well. So it all depends how much money comes in and how much adoption comes into GFAL, right? And there's a lot of factors to consider. So when I'm benchmarking, I am benchmarking from older cycles, right? So what was it? Axie Infinity went to 10 billion, as in you could say is a top end, right, of a gaming project. Because there's more money going to come in every cycle, more money comes in. So the next like big boy coin could be a 30 billion market cap, right? So other stuff to consider right there. And obviously GFAL is, I think it's like a 50 million market cap right now. Yeah, there you can see it right there, 50 million. So we've got a long way to go. All right. So yeah, lots to think about that. So I think the FDV is fully diluted, right? So we've got way more we could go. A lot more gains that could happen out of that. All right. So yeah, but I think, yeah, let's be reasonable. 20x could happen, right? So yeah. What else we got, man? So if the analysis of Arthur Hayes is to play out, begin March will be the correction due to bank liquidity drying up, which will be the 2024 Black Swan, then halving market will recover June. Yeah, maybe, man. And that would be very interesting, wouldn't it? If we actually got a Black Swan again, like that would be really interesting, right? In terms of back testing and when you're trying to come up with the next cycle predictions, then you kind of know you might have a Black Swan event, and that would just be very, very interesting, right? So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, right? But yeah, let's see if that plays out. If it does, then that would be great, and maybe have some dry powder on the sidelines, some like USDT or something like that, to maybe try and take advantage of it. So yeah, yeah. ETH ETF rumors for May 2024 might lead to alt rally to begin March. BTC just does sideways boring. Yeah, exactly. Oh yes, another chart I want to show you real quick, which obviously your point is actually reminding me of. So let me quickly show you this. All right. So this is the alt season, Bitcoin season chart. Okay. So before we were in Bitcoin season, right? And you can see that down here. And obviously we have worked our way up into the alt season. We've actually crossed this line, right? So you can actually use this chart to know if we're going to be in an altcoin rally soon. And obviously I think that we might. All right. This chart is showing us this. And you can see that, we never went into alt season, maybe a little bit here. Okay. But, we kind of are in it now, which is quite interesting, isn't it? So, yeah, I think I kind of agree with what you're saying. And obviously with the ETH ETF, like catalyst right there, you can see that is interesting. Also, when we took the dump with Bitcoin as of recent times, so here, okay, we took the dump, ETH actually went up in value. So you can see where the money is flowing, right? As in, let me just put my charger in because it's my battery's dying. One sec. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. So you can see where the money flow is going. Okay. Yeah. Great stuff, Jeff, by the way. So Axie only had one game for its token. Exactly. GFL think it has 4 by the time 2025 comes. Yeah. Around gaming will 10x last cycle. Yeah. Exactly. But that's another great point, Jeff. Right. So there's a couple things I would love to analyze with that. So we're going to use Axie real quick to show you some interesting stuff. Right. And I think this is very cool to bring up because let's go to the market cap. One sec. So I've got Gala up already because I want to show you the difference real quick. So there's a lot of chat and on crypto YouTube, right? That gaming, we can say gaming hubs are where it's all at, right? That's what everyone says, right? And I agree that is where it's all at, but there's a lot of money in just single games as well, right? Because let's just back test this, okay? So we're going to back test right now. And look, Gala Games, right, got to a market cap of around 5 billion, right? Just under, but yeah, around 5 billion. And that was like, a gaming hub, okay? Then Axie Infinity, right, was one game, like you mentioned there, Jeff. And, we basically got to 10 billion, okay? So it's double in value, right? So everybody's saying that gaming hubs are where all the money is going to go, right? Have they back tested this, right? There was more money in single games, okay? Not to say that he's going to carry out in the future, but it's just showing you that, actually looking at the data, there is some non-truths to some people's narratives of what they're saying, okay? So, yeah, I think that is a cool point, Jeff. Thanks for writing all you wrote. So, yeah, I cannot find your email address to join. Okay, I think I will put my email address on one of these comments maybe, and then I will... Actually, I'll just write my email address down, man. Let's see. Actually, I'll just show you it real quick on the screen. Why not? All right. So let me quickly get YouTube up. YouTube. And then I have to go on UX Crypto. Okay. UX Crypto. And then I'll show you it, how you get to it. So you go onto this. Okay. And then is it going to load? All right. And then you go to links, and then you say on this page here, you say view email address, and then it's there, man. So write that down, contact@uxcrypto.com, .net, and then you can email me there, man. But yeah, that's my email address right there, and you can find it there. So anyway, thanks though, and I hope to see you in Patreon, brother. But cool. So what else we got? I think GSwift will do better than Bradder. What's Bradder? I have to check, but I think GSwift is very good as well. All right. So what is Bradder? Let's have a look at what Bradder is. Or have you spelled it wrong? As in, let me look. All right. Bradder. Is that, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not finding what you're looking at. But yeah, GSwift, I think will do pretty good either way. Okay. Yeah, so does GSwift outperform GFAL, Lit, and Miria? Good question. Okay. So GSwift, it could. You never know because you can actually do IGOs on it, right? So it's basically initial game offerings. And obviously GFAL, you can't do that, right? Lit Labs is one game. Miria hasn't actually got any products out. So could we call it a gaming project at its current moment? I don't know, right? As in, obviously it's representing that, but the true value is nodes, okay? So the nodes is where the value is for that, and obviously the potential of games coming out, okay? But yeah, at the moment, GSwift has a game out, which is great, and you can do IDOs on it, and it's quite, it's basically an infrastructure for gaming. So it could do very, very well. If we look at IMX, let's actually look at IMX, right? And we can see where it could potentially go. So it's a mutable X I'm talking about, if you don't know. So here you go. So I would compare GSwift more to this, okay? Not just a gaming hub, because you can do a lot more on it, right? And at the moment, right, we are currently at a market cap of 2.5 billion, right? And if it ever loads for me, let's get the chart up. Okay, so IMX before, well, actually, no, it's an all-time high now, actually. So we've actually got to a 3 billion market cap with IMX. And this is like recent, right? So it's showing you a lot of value in that. And just go to G Swift real quick. So if we go to G Swift, oh, spell it wrong. G Swift. Cool. So look, 35 million market cap, man. Like, come on, man. We got a lot of room. Literally, yeah. What is that? That is basically a 100x, right? You can still 100x. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But obviously, fully diluted is, we've got not greatest tokenomics on this. So yeah, I don't know, probably anywhere between 100 and like maybe 30, okay, something like that. But yeah, I'm actually up quite a lot on G Swift as well. That's one of the coins I bought way back. So yeah, if you are interested in getting in the Patreon and getting into project earlier, then yeah, you should definitely join, brother. And yeah, good to have another crypto person in the house. So yeah. Anyway, Miria, G Swift, accumulating them all. Yeah, man, good ones I think to accumulate. I mean, yeah, me personally, I saw Miria a long time ago. I never decided to pull the trigger, and I'm kind of happy I didn't, because I just see a lot of red flags with Miria, but everyone else doesn't. But that's up to them. I just do research for a living, but it's fine. But yeah, but anyway, everyone else seeing red flags in that. Sorry, no one else seeing the red flags in that. But I'll just be careful because obviously it's a hype play. At the moment, Miria is all hype. There's a lot of people hyping it, and it's been hyped for a long time. And a lot of people will tell you that who have done the research on it. It is very much hype because they haven't shown improve yet. So yeah, but obviously that's good. It has hype, but hype doesn't last forever, and that's my point. You have to base it off like fundamentals. Like, do projects actually have a product out? Can they actually have the team to do it? Like, fact check all of that, right? And that's why you should join the Patreon. You'll find out all of that stuff. All right. But yeah, don't forget 3L. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one too, because it also has nodes and it has a game, right? And it's a studio, so it's also in the running as well. So yeah, definitely one to consider. But yeah, brother, do you think Gala will make all-time high again? I heard there's problems with their team. Good question. Good question. I mean, I personally don't think it will. All right. That's my opinion. I think Gala, like, it's got a lot of good things about it. Like, it's got nodes. Okay. And obviously, they're pushing out more games. And I do know they were hiring at one point because they approached myself. All right. But yeah, I know they were hiring. But yes, they do have problems in the team. Okay. They've got lawsuits going on right now. They're suing each other. And if you let me actually bring this up, right? So I can show you. So give you a little bit of background. Lawsuit. Okay, so here you go. All right, so Web3 gaming startup Gala Games CEO Eric recently sued company's co-founder, right, whatever, alleging that Herson stole 8.6 billion. All right. It's not a little small money, right? This is massive, okay? And that's what they're doing with your funds, right? And just remember, we are in crypto, okay? This is all about trust. There's a lot of rug pulls all the time and all this other stuff. So, that's a lot of bloody money, right? And yeah, and managed to sell them for 130 million, okay? So, yes, there's definitely red flags with Gala. I mean, the problem with crypto, though, right, is it might come back because people just love the hype. And half the time, people are hyping projects or aren't even good. And I wouldn't say that Gala is not a good project because they have obviously got some games out and stuff like that. But there is definitely a red flag right there, and it's just showing you that it's not very decentralized if one of the founders can do that. So yeah, like if you care about crypto, you wouldn't invest in Gala. If you don't care about crypto, you're just here for the money. Maybe you want to care about Gala, but also that will come with risks, right? Because this type of stuff might come into the narrative of not being so great. So yeah, but yeah, cool. I meant brother with brother. Oh, okay, cool, man. Sorry, I was like, brother, it's a coin. Cool, nice one. But yeah, when investing in older projects that have gone through a bull cycle, take into consideration only 3 have beaten their all-time high, the next BTC, ETH, and Doge. Well, what about ADA? You missed that one. There's a lot of other ones, my friend. There's a lot of other ones that have. But there's ones that haven't as well. It's like a 50-50. We could go back test and all of them and see, but we'll be here for a long time. But I wouldn't say that they have. Yeah, the worst case, two of the worst ones I'd say is Dash, that definitely didn't. And then you could say, is it IOTA as well? It didn't either. Okay. But I think it all comes down to this, right? Like, have you built in the bear market? This is okay. The more and more games come in as well. Okay. So things like, let's say Axie Infinity, they in the last cycle didn't have a product, and now they have a product, right? And then you're going to actually get adoption now. So I think with stuff like games and all that type of stuff, you have to wait for the actual product to come out, and then more hype gets created. So I wouldn't necessarily say that, oh, because a game like what came out, like let's say Vulcan Forge or something, right? And then now they start getting adoption and millions of people playing it in the next year, for example, right? Then I think that, that could definitely go up in value because of that. So I'm not going to look at that necessarily. Gaming wasn't as much of a thing as it is now, for example, and there's a lot more narrative coming, right? So like Bitcoin scaling solutions, there is obviously AI now. So yeah, like for example, there might have been coins back in the day, like which were AI related, and then they didn't get any time to shine because of that. And then now that AI comes in, that might be his all-time high again, right? So it just depends how you look at it, I would say. But yeah, no audio. Oh, I haven't got no audio. All right. Oh dear. Someone said okay for me. Okay. I have no idea. Guys, the audio is going. Okay. I'll have to check it after. Sorry, the problem was okay. Okay, cool. No worries, man. OTK and PCP is another tough debate. Oh, yes, it is. Good question. Both are so similar, being in mobile gaming narrative with market caps close as well. That's a good one, right? And yeah, let's get into this, man. Why not? So OTK and OTK and okay. I do actually have both of these in my cheat sheet, right? And I actually know what they would beat what, as in, but yeah, I can just give you an overview real quick on some of the factors, right? So look, plays at 10 million, okay? So, that's cool. OTK, 11 million, cool. So, Solana based OTK, all right? So if you've been on my channel before, I am not that keen on Solana because it's quite centralized. And there's loads of other reasons as well. But, it doesn't mean it won't do well. And there's a lot of, things around that. But this one's on BNB, okay? So other people might say that's not ideal, okay? But I'm cool with that. BNB probably to me I prefer it. As in, but yeah, okay, so let's dig in a little bit, okay? So we'll just go onto the websites real quick. Last time I opened this, it kind of crashed my computer, but yeah, because of the video. But quality right here looks pretty good. Candy Crush type of quality, right? Also, play it on the web. You can get on the mobile app store, okay? So I can tell you now, just from remembering this. So this is 100,000 downloads. Did that open? Oh no, it didn't open. Okay. Okay, we've got 100,000 downloads, I think. Yeah, 100,000 downloads for Plays app, right? But OTK, you have 1 million. So I'll quickly show you that. One sec. So on that, this is just on the App Store, Google App Store, by the way. Oh, that's the wrong one. Open the wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, look, 1 million. So in terms of a user base, you could actually say that, maybe OTK's got more downloads, right? But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily matter. But you've got cartoony type of game style you can see here. But with Plays app, you've got more 3D, that type of stuff. So yeah. But in terms of teams, let's just, for example, talk about a team, right? So if I go down, right, don't know if they show it on here, but about us, I think. Is it? Here you go. So these guys right here, obviously a team. He actually worked for Miniclip. He's got quite good gaming experience. Okay, so in terms of a team, I think these are actually quite strong. They've done this type of thing in the past. They have a good track history. So yeah, something to think about with that. So we're also looking at potential, can things grow? So that is something to consider. With OTK, can we find a team real quick? I have to find it. Probably harder to find their team, I think. I have to try and find it. We'll go to the white paper. Maybe I'll show us on the white paper. Okay. I'm not seeing a team at the moment. As in, I know it is docs though. As in, but just from the top of my head, there's no one really outstanding on the team where they've got a really good track history. Okay, so it's just stuff to think about. But I'm going to go on LinkedIn real quick to show you. As in, because I'm pretty sure they do actually have that. So give me a sec, let it load. Okay, so OTK, is it going to come up? No, it's Octa. We want to do Octa. We'll just copy that So if you ever want to fact check stuff, this is a good way. Just go on LinkedIn, and it's not coming up though. OTK, where are you? Not coming up. OTK, try that. See, it's not even coming up. Okay, so is it even doxed? I mean, that's another thing, right? I need to actually look at that, right? Why don't we just try and find it? Team, all right, it might come up. Google that. Team behind. Here you go. Hopefully found him. Okay, so here's the team. All right. So yeah, we can try and if you click on this, maybe it will give us it. Nope. Okay, but obviously, how do you fact check this team? And that is my point, right? So there's no way to fact check these people necessarily because we couldn't find them. But maybe I can try and this is an image, so I can't necessarily drag it. So that's another thing what's kind of annoying, but whatever. But yeah, so at the moment, obviously PZP winning, okay, on that one, right? And yeah, cool. But anyway, that's as far as I'm gonna go with that, right? But in terms of both of them, me personally, I would pick PlayZap, all right. And personally, I have picked PlayZap because I do own some PlayZap. I haven't picked any OTK up. I just think, yeah, personally, it's just got a lot more legs and room to grow in it. But yeah, cool. Okay, what's your thoughts on Root Network? Tokenomics are flagging for me, but the idea of Ready Player One type gaming launching on the Futureverse is interesting. I've heard of it. I haven't actually looked into it yet. So let me quickly have a little look. Or maybe I did see it. Coin. I thought Root Network was just part of what was it? Okay, Root Network, sorry. Okay, let's have a little look quick. Okay, I think I have seen this. Oh, yes. Okay, I've seen this. Okay. So, all right. This is a good one. Okay. So, I have looked at this actually before. So, Root Network, right? Obviously, they're going to be doing new stuff, but there is a couple things where I was a bit like, oh, okay, I'm not really too sure about this, right? And that was like, why the new token? Like, so for example, they bought a project called is it ASM? Which I think there's a video at the moment actually about this, right? Which I've reviewed a long time ago. So there's another coin what is associated with this project, and I think where is it? Partnerships, right? I was not even going to show you partnerships. 1 second. Let's find it. Let's find it. I've got to find it. I've got to find it. So they've done. Let's go to the Root white paper. Oh man, come on, so boring. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Because they acquired a company. I think it is. So they got a patent, which is good. That is good. All right. But ASM coin. ASM coin. Okay. No, it's not. What is it called again? What is it called again? But anyway, just to give you an overview of that, right? Is in a let's go to all try and get what this is. Okay, now we're talking. All right. Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to try and show this to you. They acquired a company what had a coin already, and then they had like partnerships with FIFA and all that other stuff. And yeah, basically, you know, that's kind of taking someone else's work to try and, I suppose, acquire it, but then it already had value, and that coin's still out. So it's like, you know, where's that lying, right? Like, what is going to be the actual use token for this project? But yeah, let's have a little look at this again. I remember this looking kind of cool. God, YouTube ads, man. It's adverts taking for a long time. God. Okay. Cool. All right. So just to forward this on a little bit. Yeah, I do remember this. Yeah. It was cool. It was cool. Yeah. I suppose it's very early as well, right? But some of the stuff that, you know, I've looked at is they had like some partnerships with FIFA, I think, and Muhammad Ali and all this stuff, right? So it looks cool and all that. It does look pretty good. As in, but let's have a look at the actual coin real quick. All right. So 102, that's a lot though, man. 102 already, and then it's not even come out yet. All right. So yeah, that's quite a lot. Like I would be looking a little lower to try and make more returns. Okay. But you know, it doesn't say it's bad. And you're right, tokenomics aren't that great because we're nearly a billion, right? In terms of if we're looking at fully diluted supply. So yeah, they're not the greatest tokenomics, but a lot of gaming projects aren't, so that's fair. Cool. Yeah. Oh, thoughts on Karate Combat. Thank you, Tinel. Thank you for the donation. So yeah, Karate Combat, I'm very bullish on actually. I actually have a video out on Karate Combat. Let me show you actually real quick. If I might have that here real quickly. You can check it out. Which one is it? Can't remember. Karate Combat, not that one. Here. So this is my Karate Combat video. And yeah, I'm very bullish on Karate Combat. I actually got into Karate Combat a while ago. I'm up on that as well. Actually, before lots of all these YouTubers put their buy out on that, yeah, I already had a buy in that. So yeah, man. And I think, look, if you're trying to find good fundamental projects, then this is it. There's a couple like concerns in terms of, how far, the whole only up betting thing. So that is obviously a little bit of a concern. And also the team has a little bit of concerns around it. But I think, yeah, it's actually very good still. So let me quickly show you some of the pros and cons, right? So obviously, look, you're getting a complete package in terms of like entertainment crypto. This is up there. There's a lot of crypto people doing this as well. And they're going to jump in there, have fights. But this is the only up betting app, for example. So you can basically place a bet and you never lose, right? So if you win, then you win. But then if you lose, it's just nothing happens, all right? But then I think what actually happens, it burns from the supply. But there's a whole bunch you can read about that. So you need to like obviously look into that a bit more. And yeah, but basically, yeah, look at all these fighting type of stuff. And if you actually look at the arena they fight in, it's very cool. It's very crypto based. It looks like a metaverse. It's like a massive dome, right? And then, yeah, you can basically, do all that fun stuff. But yeah, in terms of about us, let's go there quick. So obviously, look at this. We've got over 1 billion impressions already. So this is why I actually did pull that trigger on the buy before, because it's got so much potential. And that is actually the arena. And it looks like this as well in real life. So very cool. They've got a lot of celebrities will go and join it. It's a new league coming. And look, the ambassadors are celebrities, big fighting celebrities. So big people. But you can check out my full review and all that. But the red flag for me was probably this stuff here. So you've got one founder, and I suppose his experience in something called MedSec, which has established itself as a world leader in medical device cybersecurity. So that, this transferable skills aren't really there, but at the same time, they've already kind of done it, right? So you can't take that away from him. And also doxed, right? Is he doxed? I mean, I don't remember him actually being doxed. So, but I'm going to quickly check that real quick. I think on the video I might have checked it. It was a while ago, that video. So let's quickly check if he was. And I don't remember him actually being too doxed, but is this him? Yeah, okay, look. So I think this is him because it says health care, right? So I assume it's that, but he's not actually like kind of showing all that stuff, right? Maybe it's not him, but either way, it's not really showing a doxed person, right? Because you can't fact check it. So yeah, that's the concern, okay? But other than that, it's still a great project, okay? Everything else is absolutely great. I think it will still do really, really well. Like with my actual cheat sheet, what I do, I have 7 different categories I mark on. So obviously with this side of things, it wouldn't score high, but in other areas it would, and then it will average out to a good score overall. So I wouldn't write it off just because you can, like, the team's not necessarily doxed. I mean, it's a big red flag usually. But yes, it might not be the be all end all. You can still have a good project while pumped without a team, as you've probably seen in crypto. So yeah. What's this? I think it may have been Cyro. Not sure what you're talking about there, man. Yeah, there was another one as well. Might come up to me in a minute. Can't think. Yeah, I know. This happens to me all the time. Yeah. I know, man. I need to do that actually. Yeah, like, or even get an ad blocker, right? I think I actually do have NordVPN to block it, but I haven't put it on. So yeah, I do need to definitely do that. But yeah, BTC will drop below 2042 support broken. Oh, really? Let's check it real quick. Is it happened right now? Is it Oh yeah, it has happened. Yeah, so probably right. Yeah. So if we're looking right now, we've got a break right now, but what's the daily close going to be? So I think we need to look at the daily close. Obviously, right now we're seeing that. So yeah, good. Thanks for showing that right now. But also, this has happened before, right? So we've got closes before. Like if this happens, for example, like we get like a mid wick like that, then maybe it won't. Okay. Yeah, and then obviously this is closed like near enough below as well. Obviously, getting a close like that would obviously be. Could happen. It could happen, right? So at that point, it's up to you if you want to stay in or what. But I'm here for the ride, man. I'm here for the ride. So Yeah, but what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to see something like this? Or do you think it's just going to kind of go wick back up and give it indecision of a candle? Yeah, cool. Okay, love karate. Bought more yesterday and then realized not got enough and bought more this morning. Best chart at the moment. So look at the chart. Okay, I will look at the chart. Why not? Okay, karate combat. Ooh, chart coin. All right, let's have a look. 6% today. They're pretty good. Pretty good. Not too bad. God, my internet is bad. See if it loads. Okay, that's that. All right, now it's done it. All right, so yeah, it's looking pretty good, man. It is looking pretty good. I mean, yeah. So I think I can't remember when I made my video. I can check. Let me check when I made my video. I made a video 4 months ago. Okay, and actually acquired before then. So, oh, right, combat. So I got in 4 months from now. So that's what, December, November, October, September. So I got in around here. Okay. So you can probably figure out my gains at the moment. So yeah, I'm doing all right. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, it's a great project. So yeah, but yeah, I think I read all your questions, man. So yeah, thanks for all your questions, by the way, and thanks for the lovely donation again, Tanel. I appreciate that. And yeah, I think it might be my time. But so yeah, if you like this video and you found this informative and it helped you understand maybe where we're going, right? And obviously seeing live what's happening with Bitcoin right now. So yeah, like the video and also drop a comment if you're feeling or thinking about what you're telling me. Know what you're thinking. I would like to know what you're thinking. All right, because it's good to be part of this community and obviously just get everyone's opinions about what's going on. You know, it's not just about me yelling stuff at you like obviously some other channels, right? Trying to find out what you guys think, right? It's a community and we're trying to fill the market together. All right. So yeah, and subscribe, man. If you're new, definitely press that subscribe. So yeah, man. And also, yes, if you want to join the Patreon, then link is in the description. Definitely join it. You'll get a whole bunch of value out of it. 130 coins in there, and I have the top 20s now. And there's top 10s and all these different narratives. So if you're trying to filter out the market, if you're trying to get into projects early and find the fundamentals and low caps, this can help you. All right. And a great community to help everyone as well. So definitely check that out. All right. But yes, anyway, my time is up and I hope all of you do great in this market. So yeah, see you at the top. Peace.